All right, everybody, I'm recording this after doing and filming the test, and boy, we were all wrong. Okay, we were all wrong. So in this video, we're gonna investigate the solid analysis set as well as the entire break state mechanics. We tested Pulverize. We also tested the cutting rush annihilation in monsters. So the reason why I'm making this video is that we now got multiple conflicting interpretations of the break state. So in this video, we're gonna test my own interpretation, PayneBlade's interpretation, and one of the information that one of our viewers commented in the comment section, which is pertaining to an inconsistent translation here in the game. This is actually big, so you gotta watch this, you gotta know what happened here. So I'm gonna post the entire test just in case you're interested. But if you don't have much time to watch an entire testing video, I'm just gonna tell this to you straight up. The user's damage dealt to enemies in the break state increases by 15%. This does not work the way it was described here. It actually just increases the break damage, or it helps break the shield faster. And as for the cutting rush annihilation and the pulverize, it works only when the opponent is down and not anymore when the opponent stands up. In this video, we're gonna check all of those. Okay, I do recommend that you still watch it though, just so you can see it for yourself and also so that you can help my YouTube channel grow. No, just kidding. Just kidding. If you don't have time, just leave a like and leave a comment and subscribe. That would help me plenty. But if you have a lot of free time, just watch the entire thing because this is big information. Crucial information. Like game changing. That things that the devs should fix right away, really. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, so in one of PayneBlade videos, he actually mentioned that the break state seems to last after the shield is gone. As long as the shield is gone, it's gonna last until the end of the fight. So if you're curious how Payne did his test and the results and the conclusions he made here in this video, just search it up in his channel. Although this is kind of an old video, it was from 2 months ago. And since I really got curious about it because one of our viewers commented something really intriguing, like it's so suspicious that we really have to re-examine this again. I found another video by Payne where he explained the same thing. It was on May 25. Also explained here how solid analysis worked, wherein he mentioned that the damage increase lasts until the end of the battle. So we're gonna test that as well because my interpretation is actually different. And the commenters or the viewers' interpretation was also different. PayneBlade's interpretation was also different. So we're gonna know, and that's the whole point of this video. We're gonna have to reconfirm. We're gonna have to really reinvestigate this. In our video on the pod about grid meta, etc., I actually mentioned that because we checked the solid analysis 2-piece passive on before using Google Translate on the original Korean text, apparently it increases break, not damage. So when we say increases break, it's kind of similar to this one. And so that being said, we really need to check this now because there are already multiple information and interpretation to this, and we might be doing things wrong. I'm not sure, really. I'm also not sure. I haven't tested this before. My interpretation was what I mentioned. Then someone in my stream, a viewer said about PayneBlade's interpretation of this with test. So I kind of believe that as well. But now, since we already have a new interpretation coming in, this needs to be tested now. The way we're gonna do this is, since we already have the tools right now to be able to test this, because we have already established that the cutting rush annihilation increased damage dealt to targets in break state by 150%, and the vertical arcs sequent explosions also work on the dragon. So both of them work on the dragon. The thing that we have not tested yet is Pulverize. The damage you deal to targets affected by the break effect increases by 18%, as well as the solid analysis. So I know if you've been watching my Power of Destruction videos, you would see me using that. And I always mention that I have not tested the Pulverize as well as the solid analysis. Personally, I just assumed it because it was too difficult to test it in the dragon because I have to break it. Let's just test it now in another monster. I think that's gonna be fine. So here's what we're gonna do now. My stats is currently at 99% precision so that we can maintain a consistent damage. And we're gonna test this out on Igris. So firstly, let's test this one. The Cutting Rush Annihilation. We need to know when the damage spike will happen. Okay? We're gonna test it on Igris, and we're gonna test it while he's down after the shield break, and we're gonna test it when he stands up after the shield break. And so here's the set I'm using. There's nothing here that could probably affect our damage there. I broke all the sets apart except for this one, which is just a power gauge related. And no attack here, etc. No penetration damage increase, just so that we can keep things consistent. So attack is 13939, or just minimize the inconsistency as much as we can. So for the hunters lineup that we're gonna use, we're just gonna use these guys. This one, Alicia, as well as this one. Okay, just for safety purposes, let's try to remove this. Although it doesn't work, guys, it doesn't work. The outstanding connection doesn't work there. Okay, so now we have Kim Chul without anything on him, and as for the passives, nothing here would increase the damage or whatever. As well as for Nam, nothing here as well. I think what we're gonna do now is go to Igris hard mode, and first let's just test the Cutting Rush. And by the way, guys, just real quick before we begin, I still do have a lot of codes that I can give to our supporters. Roughly 800. You're gonna be able to get Essence Stones, Rune Fragment, Weapon Enhancement Gears. So to do this, all you have to do is to support me in the SLA Content Creator Program. So right now we already have 236 number of supporters. Kind of didn't expect this, guys. Like, what happened? So we're rank 31. Hopefully we can improve. So in case your support is still free, you can support me here. Link will be in the description. Our channel is all about builds, tactics, and strategies, and everything will be in depth to help fellow players and help myself as well, because I learn a lot from you guys to level up our game and enjoy the game more. My channel is gonna help you a lot if you're looking for these things that can help you clear difficult dungeons and you want to be able to rank in Power of Destruction, especially Power of Destruction. If you want to rank higher, do follow and subscribe to my channel and watch every single Power of Destruction video that I'm gonna upload. Thanks so much to all our supporters, especially our top supporters, Peterson, Agoyers, and a lot of these guys. All of you guys know who you are. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Okay. So what we're gonna do is to break him, and then we're gonna use the Amplifying Draw on all our tests. But don't worry, guys, even with Amplifying Draw, damage is pretty consistent. I've tested that a lot in the past. Okay, so he's down. We're gonna use the Cutting Rush. That's 135k non-crit, 135k non-crit. Again, all of our tests are gonna have Amplifying Draw, but even if there's an Amplifying Draw, it's still gonna be consistent. Tested that a lot. You can confirm if you want. Don't believe me. Okay, 412, 739. So the first one is around 135k non-crit, and this one is 412k 739. Amplifying Draw. 134, 547. So it's pretty close, right? Told you. If there's any difference here, it's very, very minimal. We have 99% precision. So let's just get one more crit damage, I think. We're kind of short on time, but we have to get to the bottom of this. Let's go. Really have to understand how this one works. Okay. Boom. 409, 823. So the previous one is 412. Okay. So let's just try one more. Okay, one more crit. That's a 3k difference, although that's like 1%, right? I think we should just go ahead. That's just around 1%, if I'm not mistaken. So now let's test what's gonna happen to the damage after he stands up. We're gonna wait until he stands up. Okay. So we're not gonna hit him yet. Stood up. 121. The critical is 191,903. Interesting. 191,903. Wow, it looks like. Let's try it again. That's a bit far from the 409, but I'm not sure, guys, if there's supposed to be an extra damage whenever an opponent is like down. Okay, I'm not sure if the damage is supposed to gonna be doubled whenever he's down, but we're gonna be able to confirm that later as soon as we add more things into the mix. Okay, now boom, 410. Okay, that was a mistake. But at least we got more data for the down part. So our next test will be, we're gonna wait for him to stand up. We're gonna wait for him to stand up before we hit him with the cutting rush. 63,509 non-crit. If you remember the ratio from the ones wherein he's down and he's up. So let's just get another one. Sorry for this, guys. I'm gonna upload the entire thing just so you would see what I'm doing, and if you find any mistake here, let me know, because we really need the most accurate thing that we can get from here. So that's 63,269. We're gonna wait again. Let's just start amplifying, bro. 192,267. Yeah, I think we got it. I think that's already accurate enough with the precision we have. All right, so now we're gonna test. Okay, so just for comparison purposes, let's just test this one with Igris on shield. But I'm not sure if this is gonna be like useful, but let's just try it. Let's see how much damage. 37,852. So I think that's gonna be enough. Like, he's more tanky when he's got shield. So the next thing that we're gonna do is that we're gonna try to add more variables. Number one, let's just try the Pulverize one. Okay, let's just try this. I think this is the same as the. I do believe that this is the same as solid analysis, but let's see. So once we add this, we're not gonna be adding anything. Once we add this, we should see a damage difference compared to before. It's not gonna be that big because we already added, we have possibly added 150% damage already to the break state. So if we're gonna add another 18%, visible damage increase is gonna be much lower than 18%. You know, guys, the diminishing returns. Okay, let's try that first, and then afterwards let's try the solid analysis. I think once we add both, we're gonna see a difference, or maybe not, but we'll see. I don't know. I haven't tested this, so let's go ahead for the test. So the first thing that we're gonna do is to do it while he's down again. Might be able to one hit this or not yet. Okay, amplifying, bro. Cutting rush. 436, 401. Wow. Okay, we got an improvement from before, because before was like 409, 410, and 412. Okay. Fair. It's working like the dragon, as expected. Oh no. So at least I think this is really working on the dragon, but the solid analysis we're not sure. But let's try one more time. 144, 480. Non-crit. Okay, so this is like 9 or 10k more than the previous one, which is at 135k. Oops. 439, 354. Whew! That's huge. That's huge. Okay, I think we've seen enough. Really think that it does work. Okay, so for now, so now we know that this actually added damage. But will it actually? But the next question is, will it add damage when Igris stands up? Because that's when we will be able to confirm if when standing up, is that still a break state or not? Okay, so let's check. Let's check. So sorry guys for the I'm really gonna upload most of these parts just so you would see the entire test. Okay, so sorry if the video will be long, just so you guys would also have your reference. Make sure I'm not making things up. So for now, we're gonna test the damage when he's standing up. So we should expect some damage increase, but no. Okay, this is 192, 902, which is similar to our previous one when he's standing up without the Pulverize. So I think this is like 95 or 99% confirmed that the break state is probably only when the opponent is down. It's a burst window, most likely. But we'll see. Okay? Let's just try it one more time. But I think I've got my answer already. But of course, have to test it. 63,237 non-crit. Same as before. He's standing up. Okay, I think in my opinion, this already confirms, well, to me personally, that break state is only when the opponent is down. As soon as he stands up, that's not a break state anymore. And but for the sake of having more tests and for confirmation, let's test the solid analysis set. Okay, so for the solid analysis set, we're gonna use ones that won't affect our current stats right now. So let's just check it out. Those without any sort of... The attack is gonna be like... Those are irrelevant damage anyway. I think that's fine, right? So let's just add this one. I think this is gonna work. Okay. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. So the stats change like very minimal. Nothing special there. So let's try it now on Igris. Let's go back. Alright, so now that we have the solid analysis, we are expecting more damage when he's down. And if our hypothesis is correct, then it's gonna deal the same damage when he's standing up already. Okay? Oh, this is good info for all of us. It's down. Boom, 143, 482. Ooh, 842. Wow. This is the same. Nothing changed. Ooh, interesting. So is it really a break bar, as Ilri said? Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. Yeah, I think so. Okay. That's a mistranslation. Because I noticed that the break damage also increased. I immediately noticed that. This is a very good find. Okay. Boom. 144, 596. Ooh. So the Korean translation is probably the correct one here. Oh no. This is a really good information if we can conclude that. Because it's gonna help us a lot. Okay? It's gonna help us a lot. Okay, 438, 234. So I don't need to test this any further. I've seen it. But just in case, okay? Just in case. One last time. Let's change the setup. the gray one might not be working. Okay, the gray one might not be working. Just by, if there's any chance, there might be like a 1% chance that it might not be working. But if it does not, but if it does work, oh no. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. The devs should actually fix that one, but let's see. Okay, this one doesn't add any sort of damage. We're now at the full legendary set. Just one last time, and then we're gonna make our conclusion. I've seen, although personally I've seen enough, just so to rule out any kind of things there. But I immediately noticed that the break skill improved a lot there. So, all right, break. Yeah, it's still the same, I think. One, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I've seen enough. That's 15%. There should be changes there. And since we saw that the break gauge, the shield actually like got almost one hit just by adding the 2-piece set, we can say for sure that what I mentioned in our comment section is the correct one. Let me just pull it up. Let me just pull it up here. So he said that we checked the solid analysis 2-piece passive on before using Google Translate on the original Korean text. Apparently, it increases break, not damage. Okay, so and from the in-game itself, it is the user's damage dealt to enemies in the break state increases by 15%. Here's our conclusion. Number 1, the break state, I believe, okay, based on the Pulverize, the damage you deal to targets affected by the break effect increases by 18%. Based on this, from our tests, it worked only when the target is down right after a shield break. So this is like a burst window. And I do believe 100% that this will also work on the dragon. Okay? So that's it. And as soon as the monster or the enemy stands up, it's not a break state anymore. With our test, it's inconsistent with PayneBlade's test. I'm not sure about the entire thing if Payne already revisited that, but with our test, I've shown you the damage test. It only lasted for in the case of Pulverize as well as in the case of the Cutting Rush Annihilation, it only lasted while the enemy is down. After Igris stood up, then the damage did not change at all in the case of the Pulverize. So this one. And number 3, the most important thing is this one. Is kind of similar to the Pulverize. However, its effect was different. Okay? Its effect, the actual effect that happened was it increased the break damage and not the damage dealt. Okay? It increased the break damage. So I'm not sure how to report this thing to Netmarble, but they definitely should fix this. And the good thing that Ilri actually pointed that out. Okay? So my hypothesis on the like my belief or my interpretation of the solid analysis, my interpretation of the solid analysis was wrong. So we're not gonna use this anymore in the cases of the dragon. Sorry about that. Okay, we were just trying things out back then, but now at least we have 100% confirmation that this is not working. Okay, and so that's gonna be our conclusion for now. But I just have a message to everyone. So that's what we're gonna do here. Whether it's me, you, or anyone here, if you have information, just share it so that we can check it out. Okay, this is what we do. We do trial and error, we do testing, and we have to confirm just so we can maximize our gameplay and performance here, and so that we can enjoy the game better and avoid these things and misinterpretations and be able to find bugs and mistranslation here in the game. They gotta fix this. They gotta fix this real soon, because that's totally misleading, right? But at least we now know for sure. So for more in-depth tests, we're just gonna do it in another videos as soon as we find some clues or some inconsistencies or something that's suspicious, we're gonna test them. We're gonna test them out. So yeah, that's it. And thank you for watching the video.